Yo, what is going on everybody? Shri Kanase here. So the top 7 niches to be dropshipping in 2020. The year of 2020 is so close yet so far, and with 2020 we have to kind of just completely change our dropshipping strategy to kind of implement the new changes that have come upon this past year. And one of the biggest things that I personally think has changed in 2020 is that there has become a real necessity to kind of choose a specific niche when dropshipping to just kind of dive into, because even though general stores still are going to work in 2020, I highly believe that they're kind of going to be more ineffective compared to how they were before. And the main reason behind this is the saturation with general stores. I mean, there are a lot of general stores out there where people are just scamming their customers left and right, and every day people are losing trust in these general stores. So one thing about general stores is that all of the layout for these general stores is the absolute same. And when it's the absolute same, people kind of connect one general store with the other and connect the experience they had with one general store with the other general store. So this kind of just leads to more problems and complications simply because someone else scammed the person. So now they think we are going to scam them as well. But in 2020, I highly suggest that you choose one of the niches that I'm about to go over in this video to jump right into and make a killing, because as always, I've put a lot of research into these niches. I've done my due diligence of finding out whether these niches are working or not, and I can definitely tell you that these niches are working. And if you stick till the end of this video, I'm going to be giving a bonus niche. So it's actually 8 niches that you can dropship with in 2020. So stick till the end, because this is really an important video that's gonna put a lot of light into a lot of these niches. But without wasting any more time, let's just jump right into it. So the top 7 niches to dropship in 2020. And the first thing that I want you to do before I reveal the video, because this is going to help you with the niches, is smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now that you've done that, hopefully, the real first niche is the safety items niche. Now I've opened up Google Trends over here, and I'm going to go on over to the Google Trends for this specific niche. So I've typed up 2 specific keywords for Google Trends. The first one is safety keychain and the second one is safety knife. So what I want you guys to look at is kind of the first keyword, which is safety keychain. If we look at the blue lines over here, we can see that the safety keychain keyword has been pretty consistent over since 2004. As you can see, it has been kind of going up and down, nothing too big, nothing too small, just kind of staying in its own waves and not really declining. But recently, since about October, the trend has actually gone up more than it has ever gone up before. As you can see, in November, it was actually the highest for safety keychains. And even though it says 18 over here, this is just an example product from the overall niche. So this is why I'm recommending this niche, because overall this niche is definitely a good one. And we can also see the trend if we look at the safety knife keyword over here. As you can see, since about May of 2010, April 2010, it has kind of been slowly going upwards. There has not been a decline or anything similar. In fact, it has actually been going upwards over the past few years. So this is what we want to see when we're choosing our specific niches. And this is exactly what I saw with this specific niche, which made me want to choose it. And if you think about it, just with common sense, people just want to stay safe out there more than they ever did before, because the crime rates are just increasing simply because of the fact that the population of humans is going up. So with a bigger population, there are going to be more, unfortunately, bad people who want to do bad to others. So I think this is a great niche, and that's why it's number 1 on my list, because first of all, it's an ever-growing niche. As the population continues to increase, more and more people are going to want to be safe. They're going to want to buy these safe items so that they can roam around safely. And number 2, the audience is just going to grow bigger and bigger, because again, as I said earlier, the human population is just growing. So this is definitely a big ever-growing niche that you definitely want to try to get into in 2020, because if you establish a store right now, later on it could really be beneficial for you, because again, as the audience grows, you can sell more and more things. So this is number 1 on my list, which is the safety items niche. Now moving on to number 2, and this is the business related accessories niche. Now what do I mean by this exactly? Well, I was thinking recently that if I'm an entrepreneur, I like to do online business, I may also be interested in buying business related items, and that could mean business related shirts, business related mugs, maybe a business related shirt that says I love e-commerce or I love Shopify. So you're gonna see where I'm going with this. So if we're entrepreneurs, online e-com dropshippers, why not dropship these business related accessories to other e-com store owners? I mean, when I realized this, it was kind of a big mind blow for me, because I'm in this niche where I could sell to the same people that are in my niche, and I know for a fact that if I saw something cool which was related to e-com, an item specifically, maybe a shirt again or a mug, I would definitely buy it. So that's another niche that I highly recommend you look to get into in 2020, simply because again, more and more drop shippers are joining the game, more and more people are turning towards self-employment, and more people are getting into businesses. So this is definitely a great niche to get into. And in fact, you don't even have to dropship from AliExpress for this niche. You can just download a print-on-demand app and start selling those t-shirts or mugs or whatever you want to sell with print-on-demand. So I mean, this is really a long-term thing you can definitely do just by selling to the same niche that you are personally a part of. And to illustrate why this is such a good niche, I've again opened up Google Trends over here, and if I just searched up business shirts. So as you can see, over the past few years since 2004, the search volume for business shirts has definitely gone up. As you can see, since around 2015, it has just been going up, and right now it's kind of steady, not too much upwards growth, but not going down either. So that's definitely a good thing. And another keyword is business mugs. Even though this one doesn't have too much of a search volume, it's definitely still steady, and there are other accessories which you can definitely sell which are related to business. Maybe a business related design for a canvas or a bed sheet, anything that you can create when it comes to print on demand, definitely a good niche to get into, because again, you know a lot about this because you personally are a drop shipper if you're watching this video, or you run an e-commerce store. So that's number 2 on my list. But moving on to the third niche on my list, and this is the mobile gaming niche. Now this is a niche with a lot of younger audience, which is also a passionate audience, which makes this a great niche to get into. And if we go ahead and go to the Google Trends, we can see that since the past few years, this has definitely taken a spike upwards. As you can see, even since about 2019 of this year, it has been going up consistently, which is what we want when we're trying to decide on a specific niche. More and more kids are starting to just play mobile related games. Even adults that I know personally play a lot of these mobile related games. So since we know this, we want to take kind of advantage of this fact and sell these people mobile gaming related accessories. Now even on AliExpress, I've seen a lot of accessories which are related to mobile gaming, and those are definitely some things you may want to look into selling and just getting into that specific niche when it comes to dropshipping in 2020. So that makes it a really good niche to get into. But moving on to our fourth niche, and this is the beard care niche. Again, another passionate audience. These people actually have a higher buying power because most of these people are above the age of 20 to 21 and they do work jobs. One thing you want to know is that people who grow beards are really passionate about their beard. So keeping this in mind, we want to kind of sell to this audience. And if we look at Google Trends, we can see that around 2013 and 2014 is when the beard care keyword really took a spike upwards. As you can see, it has its periods of ups and downs, but that's common in any business that you get into or any niche that you get into. So it looks like it peaks around September, October, November, December, and it kind of goes back downwards until about September, October, November, December. But it is nonetheless definitely a good niche to get into because it can be made consistent year round, because people want to take care of their beard year round. So definitely look into this niche if you're trying to get into a brand new niche. But moving on to niche number 5, and this is the artificial flowers niche. Now this is something new that I just recently thought of, because number 1, this is a low competition niche. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've barely seen any. I don't even think I saw even one advertisement for artificial flowers on Facebook. So this is what makes it such a good niche, because it is kind of an untapped audience. People are actually searching for this specific keyword, because if we look on Google Trends, we can see that the keyword artificial flower kind of has its ups and downs, but it has been kind of consistent over the past 5 years. And if we look at it since 2004, we can see that it has taken kind of a turn upwards when it comes to the search trend. So around 2016 is when it kind of went upwards. So again, another niche, and this is really a lucrative niche because not a lot of people know about this or sell in this niche. So if you're trying to get into a niche, this is a great niche to get into. But that is niche number 5. Now, some more things about this niche is that the audience is often older audience, because people around the ages of 40, 50 and onwards are the ones that are more interested in the gardening niche, because they don't really go outdoors as much. Their body can't really support them going outdoors anymore. So they kind of look to these other activities which they can do for fun at home. And one of them is just planting flowers, taking care of their plants and garden. So that's definitely something you want to keep in mind, because that means if this is an older audience, they probably have more money to spend. Well, they probably have saved a lot more money than the younger audience. That's definitely a benefit when it comes to selling artificial flowers or anything related to the flower or garden niche. But that's definitely a good niche to get into. But let's move on to niche number 6, and this is a higher ticket item niche, and it is the 3D printing niche. Now I say higher ticket items because the 3D printers that are available on AliExpress are often over $100 each, meaning you can make $100, $200 profit easily selling these items. Plus, there are a lot of parts and accessories related to 3D printers which people need to buy as well, in addition to the printer itself, which makes it a really lucrative niche as well. In addition, there's a higher return rate of customers because when somebody buys a 3D printer, they're probably going to return to buy one part related to that printer. Maybe they'll come again to buy another part. So that kind of builds this return rate of customers, and that's exactly what we want to build a long-term and sustainable business, which is why this niche is so good. But if we look at the keyword 3D printer, we can see that it actually took a turn upwards in around 2011, and ever since that it has been kind of steady, kind of going upwards, but overall very steady. And we want steady or an upward trend. We don't want something going downwards, and this niche is exactly that. So that is exactly why this niche is such a good one to get into, especially because of the higher ticket items, meaning higher profits, and the higher customer return rates. So we want to kind of focus on building a long-term brand. But moving on to our 7th niche that I recommend for 2020, and that is the oral hygiene niche. Now this is actually an evergreen niche simply because people want to take care of their oral hygiene any time of the year. And more people are actually wanting to take care of their teeth, their oral hygiene, and everything related to that. If we look at that, we can see that since the beginning of 2004, there has been kind of a downwards trend, but ever since around 2010 or 2011, it has kind of been steady and it has been slightly going upwards. So again, we want something that's kind of straight or going upwards, not something that's going downwards. So this is definitely a good niche that you should be looking into getting into because again, it's an evergreen niche and it's a large audience. I mean, everybody could find use with oral hygiene related products. That's why those teeth whitening kits are selling so well right now. So definitely a great niche to be thinking about getting into. But now let the drum roll begin, the bonus niche. And this bonus niche is the electric car accessories niche. Now you may be thinking, how do I dropship this? Well, let me first start off by talking about why I even recommend this niche. So since the past few years, the electric car company Tesla has been really making its way upwards. Elon Musk has always been on the news and he's always up to something crazy. Teslas are everywhere on the streets, and that means people are becoming more and more interested in these electric cars, which means this is a new blue ocean for us. And a blue ocean is basically something which is wide empty for you to just get into and capture the marketplace. So keeping this in mind that electric cars are on the boom upwards, why not sell electric car accessories? Now, one thing about this is not a lot of items, if any at all, are available for this niche on AliExpress, but there are most likely items available from US suppliers for this niche. And I'm not saying dropship Teslas, I'm saying dropship electric car accessories, meaning stuff people could find use for inside their Teslas or just any electric cars. And as you can see with Google Trends, you can see that since around 2016, 2017, the trend has been slightly going upwards, and we're in the middle of the upward trend right now. So we really want to take advantage of this and kind of jump in right now because there has never been a bigger opportunity to make a lot of money with the untapped niche like this. And again, I'm simply recommending this niche simply because electric cars are on the rise upwards. So we want to take advantage of that and sell stuff related to electric cars. But this was the top 7 list of niches and the one extra bonus niche that you should definitely look into dropshipping in 2020. If you found any type of value in this video, like always, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.